Hey everybody, Scott Bonovich, Mortgage Nerds here in Appleton. I shoot a lot of videos and we talk, at times I talk about credit. Credit's a very broad subject, so I'm going to try to get a little bit more granular and talk about just one aspect of it. As a loan officer, we deal with credit on a daily basis. It's actually one of the first things that we have to work with and interpret is somebody's credit report. That's why it's important when somebody's contacting us and they're asking us to quote them rates or, you know, can you get me pre-approved, but they don't want us to pull a credit report because they think it's going to damage their credit score. Well, a hard pull, just for example, a hard pull on a scale of say an 840 possible points, it's going to be about maybe 5 points or so. And those 5 points you gain back after 30 to 40 days. So we can't help without actually pulling your credit. And it's such an important aspect as far as what you can get approved for. We're checking debt ratios, we're looking at your accounts, we're looking at the credit score, we're looking at the credit profile. So one area that I'm going to talk about, and it's top of mind right now because I'm dealing with a couple of clients that I'm working with, is when you've got a credit score that needs a little help. So in other words, if you're below that minimum threshold for us to get you pre-approved, or if we're at a point where it'll be really advantageous and we have some time to get that score up 20, 30 points prior to you either purchasing or refinancing, there's ways to go about it. The number one thing I can tell you is do not attempt this type of stuff on your own. I know everybody looks at the World Wide Web and says there's a plethora of information. I can get whatever I need. I can Google it. How do I improve my credit? And I can take that advice and run with it. I'm just telling you, you're going to fail. It's about 80 to 90% failure. Because you got to think about it. Credit scores are like a fingerprint. There are no two scores alike. So with that example, if I've got two side-by-side credit reports and they have the exact same 3 credit scores, those scores are based on different information within those reports. So you can't really say that the advice that credit report over here is going to be given to get those scores up is going to match the same advice that this credit report is, even though they've got the same number. So today I'll talk a little bit about collections. Collections are interesting. Most people, and I think it's not uncommon for you to think initially right out of the gates, hey, it makes sense, right? I know I've got these 3 collections. They've been on my credit report for several years. I want to get these things paid off before I attempt to try to get pre-approved. Stop in your tracks right there. Like, literally stop. It could be the biggest mistake you make. If it's a collection that's on your credit report, it's greater than 12 months, and it's non-medical, or for that matter, even medical, but it's greater than 12 months, it will lower your credit score 100% of the time if you pay it off. So there's a method to it that you can kind of literally kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But there's a process to it. You got to be able to know how to tackle that and handle that. So I could go on and on in terms of, how to go about that. But actually, in reality, what I'd rather have you do is reach out to me, because I can take it on a case-by-case scenario, pull your credit, advise you on what to do, not only on collections, but collections are a big thing, and we come across that a lot. So sometimes you're going to want to pay that collection off, or sometimes I'm going to want to tell you, listen, don't pay it off right now, because we don't want to take 2 steps. We don't want to take 2 steps forward or 1 step forward and 2 steps back. We actually want to, if we're trying to increase your credit, I might be saying, hey, put that on pause. We're not going to pay that collection off right now at this point in time, but then I'll advise you exactly what you can or should do so we can get you in a better position. Go ahead, get approved, get into that house, and then take care of those collections down the road. So as we say always in this business, mortgages are complex, credit is complex. Let Mortgage Nerds get you the answers you need.